So, you think you know Munich? You're probably picturing fairy tale castles and massive beer halls. But what if I told you that in the middle of this historic, landlocked city, you can catch a wave? Seriously. Forget the typical guidebooks for a minute. We're about to explore the real Munich, not just the landmarks everyone talks about, but the secrets that truly make it special. This isn't just a list, it's your guide to experiencing the heart of Bavaria. Let's get into it. Munich. The name itself brings up images of lederhosen, giant pretzels, and the famous glockenspiel chiming away. And don't worry, we'll definitely get to all that good stuff. But Germany's third largest city has so much more going on beneath the surface. It's a city where royal history lives next door to raw, creative energy, and where peaceful city parks hold some wild surprises. Over the next few minutes, I'm showing you my personal top 10 things to do here. We'll stand in the square that's been Munich's heartbeat for almost 900 years, but we'll also find the city's rebellious, artistic side in a spot built from old shipping containers. We'll taste the food that defines Bavaria and find quiet gardens that even some locals don't know about. Oh, you might want to get a notepad ready, because these are places you're going to want to remember. Number 1. Marienplatz and the new town hall. We have to kick things off right here, in the undisputed center of everything, Marienplatz. Since 1158, this square has been Munich's main stage, hosting everything from medieval markets to modern-day festivals. The view is completely dominated by the incredible Neues Rathaus, the new town hall. And despite its name, this Gothic revival masterpiece looks like it's straight out of the 14th century, not the late 1800s when it was actually built. But the real showstopper is the Glockenspiel. Every day at 11 a.m., noon, and again at 5 p.m. between March and October, everyone just stops and looks up. The clock's 43 bells and 32 life-sized figures move and reenact two famous stories from Munich's past. A royal wedding from 1568 and the legendary Cooper's Dance. It's this charming 10-minute show that really captures the city's playful spirit. Here's a little tip, though, don't just watch from below. You can take an elevator up the town hall tower for an amazing view of the square and the old city. Number 2. Victualienmarkt. Just a few steps from the grandeur of Marienplatz is the city's stomach, the Victualienmarkt. This is way more than just a farmer's market, it's a 200-year-old institution and an absolute paradise for food lovers. With around 100 stalls, this place is a total feast for the senses. You can find everything from barrels of pickles and mountains of fresh produce to local cheeses and exotic fruits. It's the perfect spot to grab lunch. You can get a classic Leberkassemmel, a warm slice of meatloaf in a fresh bun, for just a few euros, or try a traditional Bavarian sausage like the famous Weisswurst. My advice? Grab some cheese, fresh bread, and whatever else looks good, and find a seat in the beer garden right in the middle of the market. It's one of the best people-watching spots in the city and has a unique system where it serves beer from all 6 of Munich's major breweries on rotation. It's the perfect way to refuel for our next adventure. Number 3. The English Garden, Englischer Garden. Alright, time for a little fresh air. Welcome to the Englischer Garden, or English Garden. Just to give you a sense of scale, this park is huge, bigger than New York's Central Park. It's this massive green lung in the city with endless trails for walking or cycling, quiet spots for a picnic, and, naturally, a couple of fantastic beer gardens. One of the most famous landmarks in the park is the Chinese Tower, a multi-level pagoda that looks like it was dropped right out of a completely different country. The beer garden around it is one of the most popular in all of Munich. But the garden isn't just about peaceful paths and pints of beer. It's hiding a secret that draws crowds all year long, and it's one of the most unusual sights you'll find in any city, anywhere. Number 4. The Eisbachwell Surf Spot. And this is it. This is what makes Munich so unique. Right here, at the edge of the English Garden, on a small, man-made river called the Eisbach, is the Eisbachwell. It's a powerful, standing river wave that people have been surfing for over 40 years. A stone step on the riverbed creates this perfect, endless wave that's about a half-meter high. Rain, shine, or even snow, you will find local surfers lined up here, waiting for their turn to ride. It's absolutely mesmerizing to watch, and it's a completely free, totally Munich experience. Even if you're not a surfer, just standing on the bridge and watching these athletes ride a wave in the middle of the city is something you won't forget. It perfectly shows how Munich blends tradition with the unexpected. Just a heads up, this is for pros only. The wave is strong and the water is very shallow. Number 5. The Munich Residenz. From the urban surf scene, we're diving back into a world of pure royal splendor at the Munich residence. For hundreds of years, this was the home of Bavaria's rulers, the Wittelsbach dynasty. It's an enormous complex with multiple courtyards, museums, and over 130 incredibly lavish rooms. It started as a small castle way back in 1385 and just kept getting bigger and grander over the centuries. It's so big you can't possibly see it all, but whatever you do, you can't miss the antiquarium. It's the oldest room in the palace and it is just breathtaking, a 220-foot-long hall with beautifully painted ceilings and marble floors. It genuinely feels like you've walked into a fairy tale. And here's a little local tip. On your way out, look for the 4 bronze lion statues at the entrance. It's a tradition to rub their noses for good luck. You'll see they're very shiny for a reason. Number 6. Nymphenburg Palace. If the residence was the royal city palace, Nymphenburg was their stunning summer home. This gorgeous Baroque palace is a little outside the city center, but it's well worth the trip. The scale of the place is just massive. Inside, the Great Hall is a Rococo masterpiece, and the Gallery of Beauties, a collection of portraits commissioned by King Ludwig I, is pretty fascinating. But for me, the real magic of Nymphenburg is in its massive, beautiful gardens. You could spend a whole afternoon just wandering through the manicured grounds, discovering hidden pavilions, and feeling like you've stepped back in time. It's a much more relaxed, nature-focused vibe than the residence. If you have to pick between the two, the residence is all about the opulent rooms right in the city, while Nymphenburg is for grand architecture and sprawling gardens. Number 7. Olympia Park and BMW Welt. Let's jump from royal history straight into Munich's modern age at Olympia Park. Built for the 1972 Summer Olympics, this park is still a super active place. You can catch concerts, see sporting events, or just admire the unique, futuristic architecture. For one of the best views of the whole city, and even the Alps on a clear day, take the elevator up the 291-meter-high Olympic Tower. And right next door, car lovers will be in paradise. BMW Welt and the BMW Museum give you a look into the past, present, and future of one of the world's most famous car brands. The building itself is a modern marvel, so even if you're not a huge car person, it's still a really cool and impressive place to visit. There are always festivals and events happening in the park, so there's always something new to check out. Number 8. Bonnwarder Thiel. Okay, now it's time to see Munich's alternative, creative, and slightly gritty side at Bonnwarder Thiel. You won't find this place in most tourist guides. It's a cultural center set up in an old train yard, built out of scrapped shipping containers, old subway cars, and a whole lot of artistic vision. This spot is a buzzing hub for art, music, and community. You can find everything here, from techno nights and live bands to flea markets and weird art installations. It has this cool, bohemian vibe that feels a lot more like Berlin than traditional Munich, which is a great contrast to the polished city center. If you want to see where the city's young, creative crowd really hangs out, you have to come here. Number 9. The Hidden Gardens. While the English Garden gets all the attention, Munich has these smaller, quieter green spaces that are perfect for escaping the crowds. One of my favorites is the Rosengarten, or Rose Garden, a peaceful and kind of secret garden right along the Isar River. It's just a beautiful spot filled with all kinds of roses, perfect for just sitting on a bench and relaxing for a bit. Another local favorite is West Park. It was built in the 1980s and is full of surprises, like beautifully designed Japanese and Chinese gardens and quiet lakes. It has a much more local, laid-back feel than the English Garden. Exploring these hidden parks is how you can really slow down and enjoy the city's quieter side that most tourists fly right past. Number 10. A view from the Bavaria statue. For our last stop, we're going to get a truly different perspective on Munich. We're heading to the Theresienwiese, the huge open field famous for hosting Oktoberfest. But we're not here for the festival. We're here to see that giant, 18.5-meter-tall bronze woman looking over the grounds. This is the Bavaria statue, a massive symbol of Bavarian pride. But here's the secret, you can actually go inside her. A narrow, spiral staircase leads you all the way up into her head, where there's a small platform with a wild, one-of-a-kind view. You can look out through her eyes over the whole Oktoberfest field and see the city skyline from a totally new angle. It's a bit of a climb, and maybe not great if you're claustrophobic, but it's an unforgettable experience and the perfect way to wrap up our tour of Munich. So there you have it. From the fairy tale chimes of a clock tower to the gritty art of an old train yard, and from the grand halls of kings to the thrill of a river wave in the city. Munich is a place that's always full of surprises, perfectly balancing its proud history with a really forward-thinking spirit. It's the kind of city you could visit over and over and always find something new. Now I want to hear from you. What did I miss? What are your favorite spots or hidden gems in Munich? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this guide and you're ready for more adventures that go beyond the obvious, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss what's coming up next. Thanks for exploring with me. Auf Wiedersehen.